So a couple of years ago, I changed my eating habits. Up until this point in my life, I ate a lot of unhealthy food. I mean, I live in the suburbs of New Orleans, and New Orleans is known for po' boys and fried catfish and fried oysters and all of this like Creole, awesome, yummy food that is horrible for your body. But I knew that as I was hitting, my mid to late 30s, that I needed to change my eating habits because, needless to say, it was very unhealthy, the kind of stuff that I was eating. A lot of fried foods, all the stuff that you're not supposed to eat, I ate. And when I made the decision to change my eating habits, of course, I would be extremely tempted, especially when my kids were like eating for dessert. We'd go out to eat or something, and I'd get like, grilled chicken and some veggies, and then I'd see my son over there. He's eating a nice, juicy burger that's like melting in his mouth with French fries, and then they would eat the chocolate cake, or the tiramisu cake, and they'd like eat it, and I could like look at him. I'd be like, oh, I want it so bad. And I was so tempted to cave in, and like everything in me just wanted to like indulge and eat the entire cake and just like consume it, right? But I had to muster the willpower. Where does that come from? I don't know. But I had to something in me I had to have that willpower to resist that temptation. And for the most part, over the last few years, I really have been very successful at not caving into that temptation. But it's been pretty much something called willpower that has prevented me from caving in. Now, every once in a while, I will indulge and let myself, just eat whatever. But I slot that time to just kind of indulge. But for the most part, I eat very healthy, and I have changed my eating habits and lost about 10 or 15 pounds of fat and have done really well with that. Okay, so why am I talking about eating, right? If you're eating a McDonald's burger right now, I am not trying to put guilt on you. But it's a really great illustration of how a lot of us approach temptation. See, in our spiritual lives, willpower will never, ever, 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 ever long-term prevent us from falling into temptation. And a lot of times what we do, like when I was using willpower to not fall into eating the bad stuff, the chocolate cake or whatever, it works in some areas of your life, this thing called willpower and discipline. It works when, trying to eat healthy or trying to exercise or those type of things. But when it comes to our spiritual lives, willpower is just not going to cut it. God designed us to resist temptation, not on our power, not on human effort. Okay, although humans can do many things on our own power, all right, one thing we can't do long term is resist temptation. The only way that we can avoid temptation is to simply rely on God's power and strength. And when we're focused on Jesus, relying on his power and strength, not our own power and strength, then we are going to live lives connected to God. And when those temptations come, you know what? We're not going to easily fall into those temptations. And I think this is a really important lesson to teach preteens in your ministry, because so many times preteens, adults, and even us preteen leaders, what we do is we try the willpower effect. We just say, okay, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, and then we do it, right? Or maybe it works one time or the first time or the first few times, but long term, it doesn't, because we're not designed to resist temptation on our own power and strength. We're only designed to resist temptation through the power of God who lives inside of us. Okay, so we've created this lesson with this big idea in mind. It's for use in your preteen ministry, 4th through 6th grade. And what you can do, one of two things. If you're watching this video on YouTube, just click the link below this video and you'll actually go to the lesson on our website, preteenministry.net. If you're watching this video on preteenministry.net, then there'll be a little link below the video where you can click and you can actually get the PDF version of the lesson. And that way, once you have that PDF version, you can save it, you can use the lesson whenever you're ready in your preteen ministry, and you can also share it with volunteers. My name is Nick Diliberto, creator of preteenministry.net, and thanks for watching this video.